Animals do something incorrect. Excuse me, Katie, I asked you a question. I said, what do we do when the animals do something incorrect? Alright guys, I'm really sorry. Apparently she doesn't know.
Actually, I showed you what we do.
But she did absolutely nothing, Katie.
Right, it did absolutely nothing, and it did nothing for a reason. We utilize what's called the least reinforcing scenario, or LRS for short. And by not redirecting at all, and being as least reinforcing as possible to the incorrect behavior, it is less likely to reoccur. All we do is we wait about 3 seconds to either ask that same behavior again, or just simply move on to something else.
Alright, I think I understand. So it's no big deal. But when the animals do correct behavior, we do the complete opposite and make a huge deal out of it. That way the correct behavior is more likely to reoccur.
Yeah, now you got it. By staying consistent with this method, the undesirable behavior will eventually fade out all on its own. And by never punishing our animals and only focusing on the correct behavior, we teach them that it's okay to make mistakes, because failure is just a natural part of learning.
Oh,
this method always allows us to remain positive in our training sessions, and it strengthens the bond between us and our animals.
Alright, I'll follow along. You guys follow along so far? Yeah, alright. Well, now that you guys have a basic understanding on how we train our animals here at Six Flags, how would you guys like to see a training session? Alright, I like the enthusiasm. Well, the behavior that we're going to be working on today is something called a rope hurdle. Now, in order to train a behavior, we break everything down into small steps, also known as approximations, and we're going to show you these steps that we took today in order to train this behavior. Now, you can see here on stage, we have something called a rope. What we want to do is we want to extend this across the pool out to where Megan and Stacy's are at, and we actually want Adeline and Cody to be able to jump over this rope. But before these guys can do that, we actually have to desensitize them to a rope, let them know that it's okay, it's not a big deal. So what we just did is let them know that it's not a big deal by using some of that fish or that primary reinforcement to let them know that it's not a big deal. So as you can see, Avalon is a little progressed in this, so he's going to carry that rope out to where Megan and Stacy are at. There he goes. And you're going to hear him receive that bridge or that whistle to let him know that he did a great job. And I saw a few people clapping. Anytime you guys hear that whistle bridge, you can let them know that they did a good job by giving up some of that secondary reinforcement. Alright, now the next step, as you can see, we have that rope on the surface of the water. Now what we want Cody to do is just go out to where Megan's at and just touch the tip of his nose to that target pole. A very simple behavior that all of our animals learn, just if you were giving them that secondary reinforcement. Now once they know to touch the tip of that target pole, they also know how to follow it. So Katie's going to send Cody back out there, and this time he's going to follow that target pole over the rope. So as you can see, he's making his way out there. Megan, use that target pole. Very good. Great job, Cody. Alright, well now that Cody has the biggest understanding, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and raise that rope up just a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask Avalon to go over this. Megan's going to help him out a little bit by using that target pole. So he's on his way. Here he goes. Beautiful. Great job, Avalon. Now we don't want Avalon and Cody to be so dependent on the target pole, so Megan's going to fade that target pole back, and we're actually going to incorporate something called an SD. What an SD is a hand signal that discriminates between all the different behaviors that our animals know. So you saw Katie give him that SD here at stage. Great job, Cody. Alright, now I think we're going to go ahead and take that just up a little bit higher for Avalon, and we're going to see if he can do it. So as you can see, I gave him that SD or that hand signal. Great job, Avalon. He understood exactly what I was asking for, so he received that bridge, and is now going to receive some of that primary reinforcement. Alright, I think Stacy took that rope up a little bit higher. We're going to see if Cody can do it. He's taking a nice deep run. Beautiful job, Cody. Great job. But you know what, Avalon? I think you can go a little bit higher. Don't you think so? Yeah, I think so. Alright, let's see what you got. Now, that behavior was not exactly what we were looking for. He did go over the rope, but not in the direction that we were looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and give him that LRS, or that 3-second pause. Let him know that that's not exactly what I was looking for, and I'm going to go ahead and ask him for that behavior again to see if he can do it correctly. So you're going to see me give that SD or that hand signal. As you can see, he's just a little bit confused, but like we said before, it's not a big deal. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to take a step back, and we're going to go ahead and incorporate Megan to see if we can help them out a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and send Cody again, see if he can make it over the rope, and Megan's just going to be out there to help him out a little bit. There you go. hand signal or that SD. Here he goes. Great job, Avalon. And he did a wonderful job. All right, we're going to see if Avalon can do the same thing. Beautiful. Now, Avalon and Cody are getting the basic concept of going in both directions, but again, a behavior is not completely trained until they're able to work together. So this would be our next approximation or our next step. So what Katie and I are going to do is we're going to give them the hand signal at the same time and see if they can do it together. Here they go. If they do this behavior, let's give them a nice big round of applause. Great job, Avalon and Cody. All right. Now, Avalon and Cody did a wonderful job for us here today. So we like to end all of our sessions on a positive note. And